Good morning, students. Today I am talking about the last kind of biomacromolecules, and these are proteins. So, students, as we know very well that proteins are the polymer of the amino acids, or we can say that proteins is a kind of string which is made up of beads, and the beads are amino acid. I mean to say that different kinds of amino acids are forming a string like structure, and this string like structure is called as protein. So we can say that a protein is a kind of heteropolymers. Why I said heteropolymer? Because different types of proteins are going to attach and forming proteins. Is it clear? And these proteins are very important for us for different context. And one more thing I will discuss with you कि these proteins are made up of 20 different amino acids which are further classified as essential and non-essential amino acids. What are these? We will discuss in later on chapter. So I will discuss one more thing along with you. As in inorganic chemistry we are going to discuss, or we are going to study about uh, only the molecular formula. ठीक है, while in the organic chemistry we are observing the 2D structure or two dimensional structure of any compound, or while we are talking about the physics, so in physics we have to discuss or we have to study the 3D structure. But as we are the student of biology, in biology while we are observing any one's structure, we can observe its 4D structure or four types of structure. So similarly here I will discuss four different types of structures of proteins along with you. The first structure is called as primary structure. Now what is primary structure? As we know that what is a protein? Protein is a string of amino acids. Mean I have to say that one amino acid is attached with the second, second is attached with the third, third is attached with the fourth one, so on. And numbers of amino acids are going to be attached while it is forming a protein string. ठीक है, तो we can imagine that protein is a kind of line. ठीक है, the and it arises from the, or it starts from the left end and ends at the right end. So the very first amino acid which is present at the left side, it is called N terminal amino acid, while the last amino acid which is at the extreme right corner or at the end, it is called as C terminal amino acid. ठीक है, is it clear? So while we are just talking about a single linear structure of a protein, then it is primary structure. But it's a rigid rod like primary structure is always not possible. ठीक है, because sometimes this thread of protein folds and it forms some helix like structure. And basically in case of the protein, this helix is right handed fashion helix, मतलब जो helix जो घूमता है ये right handed fashion में turn लेता है. And this helical structure of the protein which has helix type structure, this structure is called as secondary structure of the protein. Now I am talking about third structure. Now if you will observe, this one is the secondary structure, this is helical structure. Now you are observing N terminal is here, C terminal is here, and in picture you can see that there is a sequence serine, cysteine, tyrosine, glutamic acid. It's a linear structure, primary structure, and in the upper one structure you are observing some helical like structures are forming. These structures are called as secondary structure. Now sometimes what happens, this helical structure once again folds and it forms a hollow woolen ball like structure which have some pockets, some crests, and this structure is called as tertiary structure, means three dimensional structure, and this is the structure which is biochemically active structure. ठीक है, यानी कि कभी कभार क्या होता है, जो प्रोटीन होता है का सेकेंडरी स्ट्रक्चर होता है, वंस अगेन इट शोज फोल्डिंग्स, और फोल्ड होकर के ये हॉलो वुलन बॉल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर बना देता है, जिसको कि हम थ्री डाई स्ट्रक्चर और थ्री डायमेंशनल स्ट्रक्चर भी बोलते हैं. एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड टर्शियरी स्ट्रक्चर, एंड दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज बायोलॉजिकली एक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन. मतलब जो बायो प्रोटीन्स जहाँ पर भी बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस में पार्टिसिपेशन कर रहे हैं, यानी सबसे ज़्यादा मोस्टली एक्टिव हैं, दिस स्ट्रक्चर इज 3D स्ट्रक्चर. And but sometimes what happens, more than one polypeptide chain is forming a protein, यानी एक से ज़्यादा पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन क्या होती हैं, फोल्ड होकर के प्रोटीन बनाती हैं, और दे आर शोइंग स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ फोल्डिंग्स, एंड दीज फोल्डिंग्स फॉर्म another structure, and this structure is called quaternary structure. Now in some proteins some proteins are an assembly of more than one polypeptide or subunits, The manner in which these individual folded polypeptides or subunits are arranged with respect of each other, like sphere or subcuboidal structure or some other structure or some other plate like structure, these structures are quaternary structure. Now I am giving you one example of the quaternary structure. If you will observe the structure of the hemoglobin, ठीक है, hemoglobin is a kind of protein and it is made up of four different subunits. ठीक है, out of these four subunits, two subunits are similar, यानी two subunits are identical to each other. ठीक है, these identical subunits are called as alpha unit or beta unit. यानी in a hemoglobin molecule there are four chains. Out of these four chains, two chains are very much similar or identical, so two identical chains are called alpha or two identical chains are called beta. ठीक है, तो alpha and beta there are two chains. ठीक है, and they are forming a quaternary structure of protein and this structure is called hemoglobin. So in this way today we discussed what is amino acid and how amino acids are joining together and forming proteins. And proteins are of four different structures. Linear structure is called primary structure, where while the linear structure folds in the right helical pattern, then it forms secondary structure. And sometimes what happens, the secondary structure once again folds and forms hollow woolen ball like structure or 3D structure which is biochemically active. It is called tertiary structure. And sometimes some proteins are composed of more than one subunit or some more than one polypeptide chain, then these are arranged in a fixed pattern, okay, and form a quaternary structure, example hemoglobin. So today we discussed about proteins and their four types of structures. I hope so you understood the concept. Once again I will meet you. Till then, thank you, bye bye, and have a nice day.